Bachelorette Michelle Young gets married in Minnesota, June 12, 2025. Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Bachelor Nation News fans. Fans of the Bachelor Nation franchise have seen Michelle Young look for love over the years, both on The Bachelor and The Bachelorette. Recently, the reality star had some good news to share with fans. Michelle recently got married with a Minnesota wedding. The Bachelorette star recently became a June bride. Michelle first received national recognition when she appeared on season 25 of The Bachelor, where she ended up the runner-up. The season, which starred Matt James, saw Rachel Kirkconnell as the winner, with the two ending their relationship in 2025. In 2021, Michelle later starred in season 18 on The Bachelorette. As the second concluded, Michelle accepted a proposal from Nate Olukoya. However, the two announced their breakup in 2022. According to People, after fans watched her search for love for years, Michelle has tied the knot. She married Jack Leas, a sales consultant, on June 7, 2025, in Chaska, Minnesota. The wedding was held in Woodland Glasshouse at Bavaria Downs. Around 200 guests were in attendance, watching the wedding inside a glass atrium, which was set beneath a canopy of trees. Aiming for a natural look, the forest venue used natural lighting and glass walls. Speaking with the publication, Michelle shared, "It's been a whirlwind of emotions, and our cheeks may get stuck from smiling so big. We knew regardless of how things turned out, it would feel like an incredibly special day. So many fun moments and funny stories." Jack proposed to Michelle back in October 2024. Paying tribute to the past milestone, Michelle carried a bouquet of flowers matching ones Jack gave her when he originally proposed to her. Michelle also wore a white wedding gown designed by Anne Barge. Her bridesmaids, in contrast, dressed in black. Meanwhile, Jack wore a tuxedo from Suit Shop. Michelle Young and Jack Leas talked about what they love about each other. Michelle also touched on the ageless feel of the event. She shared, "The timeless style is what really drew me in, as well as the detail and care that is put in from the team while designing a custom dress. It was many months of meetings and flying to appointments, but turned into one of the most special memories." Jack shared, "My favorite thing about Michelle is the aura she brings. She has this contagious smile and laugh, and is just this magnetic person that people gravitate toward. I've loved watching how she navigates life with so much confidence." Speaking of her new husband, Michelle shared, "Jack always sees the best in everyone and will go out of his way to help anyone. I can open up to him about anything and also have fun with him doing absolutely anything. He's truly my partner in crime." The pair also reportedly made a pact to stay side by side the entire evening. Michelle added, "We wanted our day to be very intentional. It's easy to get caught up in the planning of it all and not transition into the moment, so we made sure to plan small moments aside with each other." Did you watch Michelle Young on The Bachelor and The Bachelorette? Make sure you come back to TV Shows Ace for all the latest reality TV and Michelle Young gets married in Minnesota. Inside the fairy tale wedding fans never saw coming. Chapter 1. The whisper becomes a roar. It started as a whisper. A soft murmur, barely audible in the whirlwind that is Bachelor Nation. Michelle Young might be getting married. But in the ever-vigilant ears of fans, even the slightest hint of romance buzzed louder than a red rose ceremony. For months, Michelle had been quietly dating outside the limelight. After her high-profile breakup with Nate Olukoya, many thought she'd sworn off Bachelor Nation men, and maybe even love altogether. But Michelle, ever the dignified queen with poise and grit, had other plans. Fast forward to a breezy Saturday in June, and the whispers turned to screams when Michelle Young got married in her home state of Minnesota. And in a twist straight out of a Hallmark movie, her wedding wasn't just unexpected. It was absolutely breathtaking. Chapter 2. The Groom Nobody Guessed. Bachelor Nation prides itself on sniffing out clues like digital detectives. And yet somehow, No one saw this coming. Michelle's husband, Jonathan J.D. Dawson, a former college basketball coach turned nonprofit founder, had never appeared on any Bachelor-affiliated screen. Tall, athletic, and humble with a megawatt smile and a brain for social impact, JD first met Michelle at a youth sports charity gala in Minneapolis nearly 18 months ago. Their connection? Immediate, but Michelle had been careful. After the chaos of a televised romance, she kept this one sacred. "This time, I didn't want the world watching us fall in love," Michelle later revealed in her vows. "I just wanted to fall. And fall, she did." Chapter 3. A Dress Worth the Wait. The ceremony took place at the Hutton House, a luxury venue nestled just outside of Minneapolis, surrounded by trees, lakes, and the kind of Midwest magic that turns summer evenings golden. Michelle's dress? Custom-made by Galia Lahav, flown in from Tel Aviv, and designed with Michelle's input every step of the way. The silhouette was regal, a strapless bodice adorned with hand-stitched lace, a full tulle skirt that danced with every step, and a cathedral veil that flowed behind her like poetry. Social media exploded when the first leaked photo hit Instagram. Is that Michelle Young in a wedding dress? Yes, Bachelor Nation, it was, and she looked like a dream. Chapter 4. Bachelor Nation rolls deep, of course. Michelle's wedding wouldn't be complete without a splash of Bachelor sparkle. And yes, Bachelor Nation showed up in style. Guests included Tayshia Adams, stunning in emerald green, brought as Michelle's impromptu maid of honor. Caitlin Bristow, who later joked on her podcast, "I haven't cried this hard since my final." Becca Kufrin and Thomas Jacobs, whose newborn was the unofficial flower baby. Rodney Matthews, Michelle's fan favorite from her season, smiling warmly from the third row. And no, Nate Olukoya was not invited. Sources say Michelle wanted only positive, forward-facing energy, and there were no hard feelings, just new chapters. Chapter 5. The Vows Heard Around the World. As Michelle walked down the aisle to a live violinist playing the romantic rendition of Beyoncé's Halo, Jay teared up. The man who'd remained out of the spotlight, suddenly center stage, beamed with raw emotion. "Michelle, I didn't meet you on a beach, a stage, or a screen," JD began. "I met you in real life. And that's exactly how I want to spend every day, in the beautiful, imperfect, unfiltered real." Michelle's vows were equally moving. "This time, there's no final rose, no producers, no eliminations," she said. "Just you and me and the love we've built with intention." The crowd rose in applause. Some even sobbed. One guest whispered, "This is what love looks like." Chapter 6. Reception Goals. After the ceremony, guests moved into a modern white and gold reception hall lit with floating candles and cascading floral chandeliers. The color palette? Classic Minnesota, cream, gold, soft blush, and deep pine green. But what made the reception unforgettable wasn't the decor, it was the emotion. Michelle and JD's first dance was to All My Life by Kasey and JoJo, and it felt like watching the climax of a romantic movie. Phones were out, Instagram stories were flooded. Then came a surprise twist, a performance by R&B singer Her, who sang Best Part Live while Michelle and JD slow danced, laughing and crying. Tayshia's Instagram story simply read, "She's living the dream." Chapter 7. The Toasts That Broke Us. No wedding is complete without unforgettable toasts, and Michelle's wedding featured 3 that had everyone, yes, everyone, in tears. Her father's toast. A retired teacher, Mr. Young spoke about the strength and grace Michelle had shown since childhood. "She's always been a light," he said, "and today, I see someone else who shines with her." Tayshia's maid of honor speech. Tayshia, nearly breaking, spoke of their shared journey from heartbreak to healing. "You chose yourself long before you chose JD," she said, "and that's what made this love real." JD's surprise tribute. Midway through dinner, JD stood and gave Michelle a poem. Not read, recited. From memory, the crowd gasped. No dry eyes. I fell in love, not with a rose, but with a warrior dressed in prose. The room was silent. Then a standing ovation. Chapter 8. Behind the Scenes. Of course, fans wanted to know everything, and Michelle delivered. A few days later, she posted a carousel of unseen moments. Her and JD goofing around at the rehearsal. Her basketball-themed Bachelorette party at Target Center. A private moment with her mother, braiding Michelle's hair the morning of the wedding. The caption? Forever Minnesota, forever love. The post hit 2.3 million likes in under 24 hours. Comment sections overflowed with love. Even Chris Harrison, yes, that Chris Harrison, commented, "Now this is the love story we've been waiting for." Chapter 9. What's next? Michelle and JD jetted off to Tulum, Mexico for a low-key honeymoon. No press, no paparazzi. Just hammocks, tacos, and sand between their toes. And while Michelle has said she's not returning to reality TV anytime soon, she did tease in a podcast. We've talked about creating a series focused on real, healthy relationships, not just romance, but friendship, healing, and growth. Bachelor fans, stay tuned. As for the couple's life ahead, they've purchased a home in St. Paul, where Michelle plans to continue teaching part-time and mentoring youth, while JD expands his nonprofit for underprivileged student-athletes. We want to build something here, Michelle said. Not just a home, a legacy. Chapter 10. The love story we needed. In a franchise often filled with drama, heartbreak, and online speculation, Michelle Young reminded the world what love really looks like. Quiet beginnings. Unbreakable trust. A slow burn that builds to something fierce, unshakable, and forever. She didn't need a TV screen. She didn't need to hand out roses. She didn't need a production crew to script her forever. She wrote it herself. Final thoughts. Michelle Young's wedding in Minnesota was more than a marriage. It was a moment. A return to authenticity in a world of filters. A reclaiming of joy after a very public heartbreak. A victory lap for a woman who chose grace over gossip and love over fame. And in doing so, she gave Bachelor Nation the greatest finale it never saw coming, one where the Bachelorette didn't get chosen. She chose herself, and that changed everything.